I swept my eyes across the landscape and then... Yo, it's kind of chopped cheese. I'm not gonna lie. If I see this in a tunnel mine and the flashlight's out and I'm thirsty and I'm hungry, go ahead. What you want? You want an arm, a leg? This is completely free. It's Black Friday. Come get your black meat. How y'all doing? It's your boy JC and welcome to the channel. What's good? That me, your boy. We pumping these things out like Nick Cannon babies. Back once more for some everlasting someone. All right, so I was a little bit disappointed last episode. Shout out to you guys for always supporting every episode. I see it, but I was a little bit disappointed because we did not get the Miku ending I thought we were gonna get in that recording. So hopefully with this recording we'll get it. I'm just still a little bit confused. I know nobody really said anything about it, so I'm wondering, is it gonna turn out well? But this ending has definitely got me confused on what's gonna happen. I don't even know if I'm even gonna like it, but I don't even know if we hit the climax. There's so many questions, bro. It's layering up. So we're gonna have to figure it out. I'm here for it. As per usual, shout out to you guys. Make the channel worth it, worth playing these games. Yeah, that's it. I have nothing really else to say. I have theories, but I don't know how it's gonna go. So let's get it in here. Let's figure it out. All right, let's get it. I woke up Masha with a few rough prods. Okay, what? She slowly came to her senses. Didn't I ask you? Sorry, I fell asleep. She had such a guilty expression on her face that I felt sick. Hey, she's taking accountability. I shouldn't have relied on her. At least I could have set an alarm. I woke up, routed her up. Where's Elisa? I don't know, said Masha weirdly. Well, who does know? We were all asleep. Well, she was sleeping here and then her eyes darted around guiltily. And then you fell asleep. She hung her head and let out a heavy sigh. Oh, perfect, just perfect. Whoa, chill out. I pounded my fist on the table, making Masha jump. Bro, you're not making yourself look good if there's a murderer out. Okay, you sit here and we'll go find her. Alone? Her face suddenly took on an expression of fright. Alone? Wasn't it you who told me that it's not worth panicking? Why are you getting so mad, bro? Chill. Yeah, but it's not... Oh, fine. I'll go alone. But... Well, do you really want to sit here with only Lena? Masha kept silent. Dang, bruh. It's dangerous to go alone. I know this router seemed to have fully awakened. And it's not dangerous for her to sit here all alone? I felt that there was no point in arguing, so I got up and grabbed my trusty pipe and headed for the door. Why don't you just go with the... okay, look. Y'all stay at fort. It's better to have router here with everyone else. In any case, given that people have been disappearing into thin air, one can't feel safe anywhere or in any company. Of course, it could still turn out that Elisa just went somewhere. Of course, to the toilet, for example. Although, given how frightened she looked, I guess I would have woken up Masha or just held it till morning. Damn, anything but going all alone through this camp. I braced myself, pulled the handle, and went outside. I swept my eyes across the landscape and then... Bruh. Give me a reason why I should keep doing this. Please. What is this? Is anyone hearing me right now? What is this, actually? First of all, how do you walk straight out and see this giant tree with the noose? He must be hallucinating, because when they initially saw Slavia dead, they were in the forest. He must be hallucinating. I don't believe this. What is this ending? I saw Lisa hanging high above the ground from the tree right in front of the cabin. A sharp pain pierced my temples and I collapsed to the ground. The horror was so overwhelming that I literally felt my whole body being bound in steel chains. Blinded with fear, I barely managed to crawl back into the cabin and close the door. What happened? Masha rushed over to me. Don't look! I grasped her arm. Don't go outside! What's the matter? She reached out for the door handle and I attempted to stop her, but I was so weak that I could only let out a groan of despair. Opening the door, Masha screamed and froze in her tracks. Okay, so this is not fake. What the heck, bro? Who is doing this? What is this giant ass tree come out of nowhere for? How did they hang her? Dude, there has to be, I'm telling you guys right now, if there's not a good reason why this is all happening, This is the worst ending of the game. This is probably gonna tank my overall score, my final review of this game, bro. I'm not capping. You think I'm capping? Opening the door, Masha screamed and frozen. Gathering my last ounces of strength, I got up and kicked the door shut. The next moment, Masha fainted and fell back into my arms. I carried her to the bed and put down next to the shaking router. His face told me that he's definitely not interested in knowing what happened to her. All these screams woke Lena up. She rose slightly in her bed and gave us a glance. "What's happening?" She asked in a whisper. I didn't know how I should reply. I felt a scream rising up in my throat, but I managed to muffle it with a hollow sigh. Lena was horrified, but she still didn't realize what exactly had happened here. "Don't go outside," I moaned. Unlike Masha, she wasn't one to argue. An oppressive silence ensued. Even the grasshoppers seemed to quiet down in order to add suspense to the situation. I don't know about y'all, but I'm dip setting. I don't care how many times we gonna run into a loop. I'm out. I don't care if I get eaten by some rabid wolves. I am out. I'm not doing none of this. No, sir. Masha was still lying on my lap. Router was quivering in the corner of the bed, and Lena was sitting in front of me with an expression of doom and despair on her face. I stared at the door with an unblinking gaze, waiting for the moment it will burst open and my fear could manifest in any concrete form. Homicidal maniac, a monster, an alien. It was the horror of the unknowable, the darkness and emptiness. I wasn't afraid that I would be torn to pieces like Slavia, or I would become a zombie like Ugly. I was afraid to disappear, vanish without a trace from this world. Masha let out a quiet moan. I just had a nightmare. It wasn't a dream. She opened her eyes wide and looked at me with horror. Then, there, don't look. I shouted and hastily embraced her. Lena started crying loudly, ran up and pressed herself against me, trembling all over. Long minutes dragged on in agonizing silence. So, what are we going to do now? I asked Masha through her tears. She didn't seem so self-confident now, although we were all in the same situation. How did this... I don't care how many times I bring this up, bro. How did this happen, dude? Like, why? What is this ending? Time passed, yet nothing happened. We had to make a decision. I couldn't say that I came back to my senses after what I saw, but I still felt my mind clearing up a bit. I knew one thing for certain. We can't stay here. It wasn't because it was more dangerous here than anywhere else. It's just because I can't endure staying near the corpse of Elisa. I bet it's even more a gut-wrenching experience for the girls. We have to go, I said quietly. I felt Masha and Lena hugging me even tighter. We have to. Router stopped shaking and left the bed. How are you feeling? I asked Lena. She said nothing. Can you walk? Probably. I gently escaped their embraces and got up. We have to run. At night, it will be easier to go. But Masha tried to make a humble objection. Yeah, I know that we decided to stay, but we have to get out of here. I turned to Router. You do realize that they shouldn't see all that. He gave a barely visible nod. Although Router didn't know what happened to Elisa, it was more obvious that his vivid imagination had conjured up so many gruesome theories during this time that he was probably even more depressed than me. Okay, we're gonna hold hands and go. I'll go first and lead the way. Masha goes next, Lena, then you. I looked at the girls. They were sitting there with their heads hanging down, sobbing quietly. Ready? Nobody replied. This was obviously a useless question. One can never be ready for such a situation. When you're not really ready, that's when you're ready. I took Masha's hand, turned around, and gave Lena and Router a serious look. Okay, now shut your eyes and don't open them no matter what. You got that? Yeah. Lena nodded. I still myself burst open the door and went out holding Masha's hand. Watch out for the steps. We made our way outside. I darted a final glance at Elisa. What I saw now didn't send me sprawling on the ground, although my heart was racing frantically. I was feeling sick and dizzy, and my stomach turned. I just want to know where this tree came from, bro. How did this tree conveniently come in front of the cabin? She was hanging about 5 meters above the ground. Several neckerchiefs tied to a string were tightened around her throat. Bulging eyes, protruding tongue. Putrefaction had already at work on the body. Looked like she didn't die a couple of hours ago, but at least a couple of days. An expression of agony and inhuman suffering was permanently frozen on her face. It was clear she couldn't have done such a thing to herself. My God, who came up with all of this? Maybe we are in hell. I hastened my steps away from the diabolical scene, dragging the others along. I ordered them to open their eyes, only when we reached the square. She's still there? I asked Masha, not letting go of my hand. I just nodded. Who? Elisa? Lena cried out loud and burst in tears. Masha embraced her and tried to comfort her. What happened to her? Muttered Router with a faltering tongue. I bet you don't want to know that. For a while, I just stood there and looked at the moon. Lena was sobbing, Router was pacing in circles around us, and Masha sat down on the bench and buried her face in her hands. Okay, it's time, I said quietly, yet nobody moved. We can't stay here. I walked to Masha, leaned over and took her hand. She raised her eyes filled with tears at me and nodded. We slowly proceeded to the bus stop. We're leaving again. Oh my God, night has fallen on the camp. Along the way, I noticed that the grasshoppers were almost quiet, keeping silent for some time. Now they resumed their nasty song, but this time it was much quieter, and I might say, a little bit more respectful. Their daytime progressive noise changed to the nocturne for violin and orchestra. Is there any chance they're conscious about what's going on here? Of course, if we assume that there are grasshoppers in hell. Bro, what is this conversation? What is this dialogue? Bro, get out. Stop talking in your head. We came to the bus stop and stopped, hesitating. So, where are we going? Asked Masha, wiping her tears. Okay, we already tried to going to the left, right. Let's go to the left. But there's no town there, and just a couple of days ago there was no camp to the right. Maybe we shouldn't. Lena sobbed quietly. We have no choice. I won't stay here any longer. We were just about to get moving when we heard noises approaching us from far away. I strained my eyes and caught a glimpse of someone coming here down the road. A bus! Exclaimed Router with joy in his voice. Shut up, you fool. That's not a bus. People are approaching. I hissed at him. Lots of people, Masha said anxiously. It was utterly clear that we shouldn't stay here any longer. I turned around and saw someone approaching us down the road from the other direction too. The noise is getting louder? The chirping of grasshoppers? Gang. What are we doing, gang? What is this? Alright, let's just get this over with. The chirping of grasshoppers, although not their usual one, a much louder, distorted version, as if it had been passing through a guitar amplifier. Run! I shouted, but nobody moved. Oh, screw it! I grabbed Masha's and Lena's hands and darted off back into the camp. Into the camp? Where's Router? The girls were floundering in stupor, so I ended up literally dragging them along. Having dashed to the square, I stopped to catch some breath. Only then I realized that Router had been left behind. Oh my God. We have to go back to get him. Why are you now saying this? Why is this energy now be implied, bro? Like, you weren't moving. Masha screamed and shifted towards the bus stop. Are you nuts? I pulled her hand and forced her to stop. Bro, Simeon, what are you doing, bro? You want us all to meet the same fate? Dog, y'all need to leave. Why did y'all go back to... Oh my God. Lena was trembling so wildly that I might feel my right hand shaking as it held hers. Keep running. Where to? Don't know. Into the woods. Returning to Olga cabin was an option. My self-preservation instinct also suggested that we shouldn't stay in the open area as well. We dashed towards the woods. I held the girl's hands tightly. They ran with difficulty, especially Lena, who was swaying and weaving. She fell a few times, but I quickly picked her up, spurring her on with shouts and dragged her on. Passing through the trees was the hardest part. Through the full moon was shining up in the sky. In the dark, I was still constantly running into snags, branches falling into pits. Nettles were slashing my legs. Leaves were hitting me in the face, leaving painful scratches. Man, these niggas don't love you. My heart was pounding heavily. Every breath I took whistled painfully in my lungs. My blood was pounding so heavily in my head that it seemed like my skull was ready to burst open from the pressure at any moment. I stopped feeling my body and my legs carried me forward by themselves. At last we ran out into the clearing and stopped. Exhausted, did they actually see the people? Oh man, they left Router to die, bro. Exhausted, the girls fell to the ground and I sat on a fallen tree. Who were they? People? Or demons? Or something else? And where was that chirping sound coming from? Couldn't make them out in the twilight, but that was probably for the best. After I slightly recovered my senses, I walked up to the girls. Lena was lying dead, white on the ground. She seemed like she completely lost it. Masha was sitting hugging her knees, rocking from side to side. We've got to do something, I said as I sat near her. It's too late. We're gonna die. Bro, damn, that's crazy. She whispered in a hollow voice. We're still alive. That means there's still hope. No, there's nothing now. It's all over. I put my arms around her and held her tight. No, it's not. I sat staring into the darkness of the forest. The grasshoppers could barely be heard now. If not for Masha's labored breathing, I would think I was dead. Forgive me, she whispered quietly. For what? For everything. For me being like that. For whatever we've failed to achieve. It's not the right time for that now, I said tenderly. We don't have much time left. So I'd say it's the right time. She looked up to me and faintly smiled. Y'all are just L-team. That's what it is. You have no hope. Y'all gave up too early. Forgive me. If only I had been so selfish in the first place. I looked into her eyes, her bottomless, sorrowful eyes, and felt a hot tear crossing my cheek. No, it's me who should be sorry. I was totally ignorant of what to say in such a situation. I did so much wrong to her, caused her so much pain, and now, at the last minute, I can't think of anything other than an empty I'm sorry. I was overwhelmed with anger at my helplessness and being unable to protect the only person I held dear. You know, I always loved you. I know, she said quietly. Masha smiled again, although her face was trembling and tears were running down her cheeks. And I still love you. I know. Couldn't stand it. I longed to turn away, to close my eyes, but I can't afford weakness at this last minute. I leaned down and kissed her hard. Time stood still for us. This cursed pioneer camp, the dark night, all those hellspawn, and even the bloody grasshoppers just ceased to exist. The whole universe ceased to exist. Just two of us were left. Just when I was almost willing to believe that it was all a bad dream, the woods became alive with the rustling. A foliage far away quivered, and a swarm of vague silhouettes emerged from the darkness. I still couldn't make them out, but I was certain that they were the same creatures that we'd seen at the bus stop. My whole body was stricken with dismay. I was afraid to breathe. So, this is how it ends, I said Masha, quietly, and held me tighter. No, this is not the end. Suddenly I realized that I will fight for her till the last drop of my blood, as long as there's the slightest chance of survival. I jumped up, tugged her off the ground, and rushed over to Lena. She was lying deathly pale. What is these? Bro, can you change the facial expressions? Y'all got lazy, huh? With her eyes open, she didn't seem to understand what was happening at all. I started shaking her by the shoulders. Get up. There was no reaction. I gave her a few slaps, and then she let out a dual moan. Get up now! As I aroused Lena, she stared at me with a spaced out look. Let's run. I grabbed the girls by their hand and rushed aimlessly to the further from them, the better. I was tumbling down, getting up, helping Lena and Masha get up too. Hewing through the dense foliage. Eventually the noise faded, leaving us with only the quiet chirping of grasshoppers. The light flickered in the distance. Oh no, not this place. Oh wow, look at this, guys. This is where it all started, I believe. Soon enough, we came to the small clearing, completely sheltered by the trees. There was a building that somehow looked like a kindergarten. What is that? I stammered. The building of the old camp, said Lena faintly. Seems like she was slowly coming back to her senses. Stop hesitating. Sure, it was quite naive to think that we can find shelter there. It was obvious that we can't be secure anywhere with all that stuff that's happening. On the other hand, we were on the verge of collapsing, especially the girls. I took a few hesitant steps towards the building, and then rustling became behind, reached my ears. I froze in my tracks, unable to turn around. The rustling was growing louder, and suddenly we heard the diabolical chirping. I forced myself with a superhuman effort and turned around. A crowd was behind me. A crowd of little girls, or rather a crowd of uglies. They were all exactly the same as that ugly I saw in the morning, with the same torn face and horribly distorted smile. All of them made the same hellish sound, the chirping of grasshoppers' diabolical noise that chilled my heart. We froze where we stood, unable to take even a single step away. Oh, hell. Man, guys. This is what y'all wanted. This is what y'all wanted. This is what y'all wanted. All right. Well, I'm not gonna read any of this. Y'all can read. Hell no, I'm not reading that. The fact that this is like so long too, it's like, I'm not trying to be a hater, but I'm just trying to figure out why is this happening, you know? Like, I just, like when you play the game and then you do Miku's route, it's like a complete opposite, like a complete 180 from what you're expecting. And I felt like if they were gonna do this, why would they just build it up from the get-go? I don't know. It just feels very awkward and weird to have this type of route. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one who just disagrees with this, but it doesn't make sense. Like if they wanted to do this, I felt like they could have done better build up because there's still questions I'm trying to figure out why. We better get an answer to this. If we don't, I don't know, man. Y'all gonna have to really hit the like goal, the 10 likes to get me to continue this game. Because god dang, bro, I really don't want any other ending to be like this. This is like a chore. Oh my god, she sprained her ankle. If I have to do this thing again, I'm gonna be so annoyed. There's no breaks. These niggas coming for our ass. Oh boy. Lena is gone. Oh no. It's a wrap. Get to the ending already. I'm ready to end this video. Oh boy, man, this is... Oh man. Oh, monster's giving up. Oh boy. Dude, just pick her up and let's go. It's not it. This is originally where Simeon knocked himself out or fell asleep. At least before all this bullshit. No! Hey bro, if you start hearing it, you better pick her up and run. You gotta, guys, come on, bro. Don't let it end. Don't let them get with the ending that they want. Yep, I've been here before. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fuck. Oh no. How far did you go to get a stick, man? Oh shit. Oh, she turned. Is this some type of zombie apocalypse? Yo, it's kind of chopped cheese. I'm not gonna lie. If I see this in a tunnel mine and the flashlights out and I'm thirsty and I'm hungry, go ahead. What you want? You want an arm, a leg? This is completely free. It's Black Friday. Come get your black meat. Her face was disfigured by an inhuman grin. Oh man, I'll come for you. Dude, stop thinking and go, bro. This thing's after you. Wait, what? Is she the main culprit for all of this? I don't. Just tell me this is just an elaborate dream, and you know, Simeon's gonna wake up where he started from. Tell me that, please. Her mouth began to tremble. Saliva dripped out of it. Saliva. I said saliva. Saliva. I don't even know what's going on. Hey Samuel, you better have some hands. It's fight night. It's kickboxing time. It's about to unleash all that anger on this hoe. Oh, never mind. You chopped. What the heck? Yo, you chopped. I'm confused. You're making a different storyline and another storyline. What do you mean you don't know who killed the other ones? And that form of ugly. This is a terrible, bro. Who wrote this ending, bro? I need to talk to you, bro. I'm gonna send you my Discord tag, bro. We need to talk. There's something wrong with you. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Then do something, bro. Stop thinking in your head. Just go. Just go. Yeah, yep, there it is. Oh my god. You twisted your leg. It's over, bro. This ending is boo-boo. This better be a dream, bro. If it's a dream, if I have to deal with any other ending like this is crazy. I feel demotivated. It's too late, bro. You should have been doing that while she was talking to you and looking crazy. Should have been got that going. Cause she's already probably killed Miku. Oh no. Oh god. He probably hit Miku. Oh my god. Dude, this is so... I roll back on my back, start breathing heavily. I thought he twisted his leg. Okay, so who was... I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. I actually don't know what's going on. This is weird. Dude, I really don't care what happens now. Can we end this, bro? I'm trying to end this video. I'm bro. Man, Lena, you can stay there. But I hope the other uglies ain't there. No, it wouldn't. This would actually be garbage. Why you acting like y'all safe? You're still stuck in the camp. What do you mean the last scene? If this is the ending, I'm walking out. This video's done. Please, if I see end credits, it's over. This video's done. Your dream? Oh my god. Is this from when they had sex or something? I don't know. Oh man. Here we go. What the f was that? Look, bro, I know a lot of people are not gonna like what I'm gonna say. Maybe some of y'all who were like, yo, just wait.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be,
But we don't care about your opinion. In fact, this game is garbage. Look, I'm not gonna say that, but I'm just gonna say, look, I just didn't like that ending. I don't know. From what I'm gathering, it seemed like when they had sex on the beach, that's when he went and started like dreaming this whole zombie apocalyptic kind of thing. And then I guess he woke up and then realized that was, oh yeah, she was like, yeah, no, that's the part of the script or whatever. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. I gave up as soon as I saw Lena with the fucking saw blade or whatever the fuck. First of all, I'm still confused about what happened initially when we're playing the game, the base game, and then we start pursuing Miku. And when we get to the point of the day where we go down to find Shirk, we like, I don't know, fall asleep, get knocked out or whatever the heck, and then we enter this different reality. And then all the way to the point, I'm assuming then we have sex with Miku, and then like this reality is like okay, it's a little bit more modern. They got phones, internet, blah 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 blah. They're at this pioneer camp trying to shoot a movie or something like that, write a script or whatever the and then, you know, again we have sex with Masha or whatever, Miku, whatever the and then we go into this dream state in a zombie apocalyptic kind of world where all the characters were just dying by whatever that's not really explained. Who gives a shit? And then we come back, wake up from the beach where we were, you know, with Miku, and then that's it. That's the actual end of their script that they're trying to write, and that's the end of the story. If I'm not mistaken, if that's literally what the whole ending of Miku is, this is it. This is you. This your homie. This your homie right here. I like I said earlier in the game, I don't hate this game. I don't hate what they were trying to do. I just think how they did it didn't execute the way I thought it should have been executed. It felt very vague on the direction of where they were trying to go with it, and then when they did have something they were going with it, it didn't build up to what we've seen before all of this. And second of all, like, I was so curious on like who Miku is. Are we gonna learn more? And we get this different version of Miku, and it's like, I don't know, like it made me more disinterested in her. I don't even like Tsundere's, so like it just made it more worse. That was probably the worst ending. I'm not even capping. You could say that I was over exaggerated. I don't even care. That was just, I don't know. It wasn't enjoyable. It was just weird. Didn't explain anything. Didn't build up to anything. It just, I'm dead ass serious, y'all. Y'all gonna have to make your arguments very well made in the comment section if you feel like you want to dispute what I said and you disagree personally. But for me, no. I'm curious to see what the other endings, but dude, I spent like how many hours to figure out this bullshit. Like, are we serious, bro? I really hope. I just don't want to get my hopes up for like certain endings just to turn out something like this. Like, I don't even want to know what the cat girl's ending is going to be about. I feel like it's going to be some horse shit. If anything, this overall tanks the score of the game. I'm just going to be honest with you. All right, I'm not trying to be negative, or I'm not trying to say that this game is bad, or anyone who said that this ending is going to be fire or anything like that is terrible. I just had high expectations of this ending, and then also expecting it to do something since it's like only one ending. I get it. If some people like this, I'm not trying to sway your opinion, but at the end of the day, I just personally did not like this. It just needs to make sense. That's all I'm trying to say. You can do whatever the f you want to do. I'm not trying to like gatekeep concepts or, you know, be a little bit prejudiced towards other things I want and whatever. I just make it make sense, bro. Like, this just came out of nowhere. It didn't build up to anything. It just felt weird. I don't know. Either way, I'm done. Y'all.